You know, a lot of people question whether the Trinity is in the Old Testament. You know, while I believe that God revealed it progressively, not all at once, we do see glimpses of the Trinity in the Old Testament. In the previous video, I talked about Zechariah 12:10, where Yahweh is speaking, talking to the nation of Israel, saying he is going to pour out his Spirit on the nation. And he says, you will mourn for me, the one you have pierced. You will mourn for him, the one you have pierced, as if you were mourning for an only child. It's a clear example in one sentence showing not only the Trinity of the Spirit, the Father, and the Son, but also an instance where we see Jesus as God, as Yahweh is saying that I am the one pierced, and then he says you'll mourn for him. It's just a beautiful example of the Trinity in the Old Testament. Now let's look at Isaiah chapter 48, verse 16, and we're going to see a similar example. We're going to see the Trinity showing in the Old Testament, through the prophet Isaiah. Isaiah 48:16 says, and this is also Yahweh speaking, the God of the Old Testament, the God of the Bible. From the first announcement, I have not spoken in secret, and at the time it happens, I am there. And now the sovereign Lord has sent me, endowed with his Spirit. So amazingly enough, we have Yahweh speaking, the God of the Old Testament, saying that Yahweh sent him with the Spirit of Yahweh. So we have Yahweh speaking, sending Yahweh in the Spirit of Yahweh. That sounds like the Trinity to me.